We're going to bring in our guest this morning, former Lieutenant Governor for the state of New York and Newsmax contributor Betsy McCoy, as well as Democratic strategist Bill Caruso. We're also joined by our special guest in studio today, former U.S. Marine, as well as veteran advocate and business owner and author of The Race to Save America, Kate Monroe, and Newsmax host Bill Spadia. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Betsy, I want to start with you. How vital is passing the Save America Act? We see the president pushing for this on Thursday. And where are you at in terms of voter ID needed across the U.S.?
Well, of course, it's very important to pass this law. In fact, it's just been revealed that California has 190,000 suspected non-citizens on its voter rolls. That's just one example of how large the number can be. I thought the president, as usual, gives a great speech, and he provided a lot of compelling information. But here's my concern. We can't hinge the whole success of this next election on passing this act when we have Republicans in name only, like Lisa Murkowski, who refuse to support it. And if we don't hold on to Congress in November, we will face the last 2 years of President Trump's term with impeachment, 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 and socialism, 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 instead of what the president is giving us, prosperity at home and effectiveness and strength abroad.
So DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin is raising concerns about voter registration here.
First of all, Department of Homeland Security, we've identified 250,000 non-citizens registered to vote in just 4 states. Mind you, we have 46 other states. And just 4 states, we've identified 250,000 non-citizens registered to vote in California, and Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Nevada.
So, Bill Caruso, this question to you, sir. The Save America Act would strengthen voter verification. I mean, it's just a lot of people say it's common sense. So, on its face, maybe politics aside, why do Democrats continue to oppose this bill?
Well, listen, respectfully, it's not just Democrats. And listen, I'm for voter ID. So is 70% of the country, whatever poll you look at, and any demographic. It seems like common sense. The problem is government doesn't make things easy or common sense. And many of people, including some Republicans that are opposed to the SAVE Act, are opposed for 2 important reasons. Number one, changing the game now, right, on the eve of elections is messy and difficult. That shouldn't be the reason to stop it, but it's a challenge, okay? But when was the last time government's really done anything well and right on any level? You know, in New Jersey, where I live, our DMV is a nightmare, right? And trying to get through, just getting your real ID is a challenge. And so from a libertarian standpoint, from a normal person standpoint, this is going to be a hot mess trying to get this done. And it is going to be very difficult for some people and probably impossible for others to achieve. So I think what you're hearing here is this is a bureaucracy that is waiting, right, that is being proposed here. And we're trying to figure out the need. And with all due respect, there isn't proof here. The president gave a lovely speech the other night that some covered, some didn't cover. But the proof hasn't been produced. There's allegations out there. But when you have Republicans in Pennsylvania and Georgia pushing back on this and saying, no, 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 I'm listening to them. I'm not listening to Democrats. I'm listening to bipartisan people literally saying, why are we doing this now? And frankly, this isn't going to work. It's going to be a problem to try to implement this very complicated proposal. Slim it down, make it skinny, make it easy, and get it done.
Yeah, you have the president addressing the nation Thursday night. As Bill, you mentioned, some networks didn't cover this, but the president also bringing up voter integrity. So, Bill Spadia, since we got 2 bills here on the panel this morning, when you see this push for the Save America Act and the president also questioning voter integrity, if we got this pushed forward, you think it would kind of re-energize the U.S. as a whole and just kind of put the questions of voter integrity to the decide?
Well, it all depends. It's not just about voter ID. And, all due respect to my friend Bill Caruso, the reality is the hotter mess is having hundreds of thousands of illegals on the voter rolls. I mean, in New Jersey, also my home state, there are illegal aliens who are asking to be taken off of the voter rolls because they're worried about the legal ramifications of being put on there. So you have to ask yourself, if you want to come off it, how'd you get on in the first place? That's number one. Number two, the Republicans have both houses and the White House. This will be demoralizing if it doesn't pass. If this does not get through, I think the Republicans are in for a lot of trouble in these midterms.
So, Kate, to you, the late Senator Lindsey Graham talked about passing the SAVE Act through reconciliation. Do you think that that's a possibility here?
I mean, I'm just hoping that we pass it through any means necessary. I mean, however you want to get it done in the dead of night, midnight move, whatever you got to do, because it's sort of laughable to the American public watching us now that we even say voter and integrity in the same sentence.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I come from California. 0 people believe that we have a safe and fair election in California. And it's a little bit of gaslighting to say how difficult it is to get your ID. In California, it's pretty hard, but everybody manages to do it. And there's 200,000 illegal people that are on the voter registration, many of them from California. We have to clean this up. And if you don't want to clean it up, that says a lot about you.
The question is why.
And let's talk about hypocrisy here. What about all the states that refuse to support voter ID for elections, but they require a photo ID to get into a state office building, to get a driver's license, or to do so many other things in the state? So how come it's suddenly difficult to have a voter ID when you want to vote?
Bill, your thoughts?
I think it's beyond just the ID. I think the issue really is proving your citizenship. And that's where the Democrats are getting stuck on this. And if you look at it, it's the politicians and the political pundits that are wrangling over this. 80% of the American people are saying, this is just common sense, just get it done. But I think you need to really explore re-registration of voters across the country, because there are absolutely 200,000 in just 4 states. That means there could be millions across the country. The only way to do it is prove your citizenship and then re-register to vote.
Yeah, and you have DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin really calling out those 4 states. Bill Caruso, I mean, do you think this comes down to specific states that aren't wanting to get involved and be a part of solving this problem?
I don't. Listen, I think that there is a truthful and honest effort. If there were a problem, and this were a problem, and with all due respect, Bill Spadia, I think people are concerned about the price of gas. I think people are concerned about putting food on their table. I think people are really concerned about what's going on in Iran right now. I don't hear people waking up in the middle of the night worried about the security of our elections. I think most people think we do have free and fair elections. Should they get easier? Absolutely. Should we make it easier for people to participate in democracy that are U.S. citizens that have a right to vote? Absolutely. I think the challenge you're seeing in the Republican Congress, okay, and you hit this nail on the head, there is a confusion about the efficacy of this effort at the SAVE Act. Make it simple. Get it fixed. And by the way, you are 100% right. Most Americans support voter ID. Most Americans don't have a problem handing their ID in and saying, yeah, this is me, to enter a building, to get on a plane, to buy concert tickets, whatever the issue would be. Absolutely for the right to vote. But don't make me jump through 15 million new hoops now, because that's not helping democracy. That's going to turn people away to vote.
Wait a second. Anybody who lives in New York City under the awful reign of Zohran Mamdani knows what the impact is of illegal voting. So I just want to correct Bill's comment.
What is it, Betsy?
Nobody has anything to worry about.
Let
Let me tell you, when the truth comes out about who elected Zohran Mamdani,
there's a lot of speculation and a lot of innuendo. Show the facts. Let's get at it.
right. Well, it's coming out.
I can't wait.
Well, listen, we can talk. We can do an entire show on this. So thank you all very much. Very spirited conversation. Betsy McCoy, Bill Caruso, thank you very much. Of course, Bill Spadia and Kate Monroe. We'll see you back here shortly.
Happy Saturday, guys.
Happy Saturday to you as well. More to come right here on Wake Up America.